Wendel, one of Europe's leading listed investment firms, reports results for 2015. Frédéric Lemoine, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You are the chairman of the executive board of Wendel. To begin, could you give us your comments on these 2015 results?
Well, 2015 for Wendel has been quite a good year. We invested in 3 new companies that have joined our group: Constantia Flexibles in Austria, and CSP Technologies and Lightbarton Security Services in the US. There are 3 non-listed companies in very different sectors, and at the same time we sold close to 1 billion euros of Bureau Veritas shares, reducing our stake from 52% to 40% of Bureau Veritas, but still controlling this excellent company we like very much. But we have rebalanced our portfolio towards more non-listed assets as planned. We have diversified our portfolio. The existing companies have done a very good year, increasing their contribution to our results by 13%. All in all, our net asset value has grown by 10.7% during the year. Our net result from business sectors has grown by 24%. It's true that our net result is less favorable, 25 million euros for the total group, and in group share minus 146 million euros, but this is without taking into account the very large capital gain we made on this disposal of Bureau Veritas shares for 727 million euros. So obviously for technical reasons this is not within the net result, but minus 140 plus 727 million euros of capital gain. This was a good year.
Are you satisfied with the operational performance of the group's portfolio companies given the challenging environment this year?
Yes. Most of our companies have done extremely well. You're right, this was there were many turbulence during the year: exchange rates, oil prices, lower interest rates. All of this was quite complex to manage, and we like the companies to be agile and adapting to this environment. They've all grown quite fast. Organically, by acquisition. That's true that foreign exchange effect helped also in some cases. Only some minor ones had less favorable problems. We are turning around the situation at Megaterm, Exit, or Nippon Oil Pumps. So yes, we are quite satisfied. IHS should be mentioned particularly because they made a tremendous year, another tremendous year in the telecom tower arena in Africa.
Now the news flow was very rich all throughout 2015, and this continued in the first months of 2016. Notably, you announced in February the sale of Baku. Could you comment on that?
Yes, Baku is a great example of success in our investments. We invested quite recently in 2011, so only 5 years later, we received a proposal from Société Générale to buy Baku at a very good price, 240 million euro in cash for Wendel. We invested a little bit more than 100. It has been 18% IRR per annum. Including in 2015, we grew by 9.5% the Baku businesses. We opened new local agencies. So Baku has been developed until the point that a large bank, which now consider the car leasing activity as core in their development, proposed us a price that they would never have proposed 5 years ago. We are very happy to have grown Baku by more than 50% in the meantime and to be able to materialize this capital gain.
You announced 6 months ago already that you'd reached your 2013-2017 investment objective. Do you have new investment objectives now?
Well, we set the cape, we set the direction. We want to pursue in the same direction. That's true that with the Lightbarton we have reached this 2 billion euro objective that we had set for 4 years well in advance. It doesn't mean that we stop there. So we continue in Europe, in Africa, in North America to see many investment opportunities. Maybe we have the financial means to seize them. We have gained our investment grade status in July 2014 and we stick to it. We will continue to look at many opportunities. I think for a long-term investor, there can't be a stop-and-go policy.
How satisfied are you with the level of your net asset value?
The level of net asset value at 128.2 euro per share mid-March 2016, the latest number that we published recently, is obviously linked with the level of the stock market. So I will not comment the level of stock market. It's obviously very volatile. We still have a discount of the net asset value, but what is really important is the potential of our companies and the hidden value in Wendel. We have new promising companies. We have also a methodology which is conservative on our net asset value. Give you an example. In Constantia Flexibles, IHS and Stahl, the valuation is still linked with the acquisition price, or for Stahl linked to bids that we received to acquire Stahl that we have not accepted. Our methodology takes that into account. By nature, these are conservative figures that will be kept for 12 months. When the 12-month period ends, it frees some increase in our NAV. So that may be technical, but that's quite significant in the months to come. Then you have the operational performance of these companies. They're all been growing. All our major assets have been growing. I've started the year in a good situation. So we hope that it will materialize in the net asset value. So I believe that there is much value to come in Wendel, thanks to the performance of our companies.
And finally, could you comment on your dividend payout?
Well, we have a very clear policy. We increase the dividend year after year. That's been the case since 2009. This year again, we are proposing our general meeting of shareholders to increase by 7.5% our dividend to 2.15 euro per share. That's a record high level ever, but we'll continue later on. It's a fair return to our shareholders.
Frédéric Lemoine, Chairman of the Executive Board of Wendel, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.